Retiring in the next 5 years and you're in Kenya today, listen to me because this is exactly what you are going to do. And I want to be very candid and honest with you in this particular video. If you are 5 years away from retirement today, you are either about to enter the most peaceful phase of your life or the most financially stressful period of your life. Follow me here. And the difference will not be decided at 60. The difference will be decided in the next 5 years immediately you finish watching this video. Because this is the hard truth that no one wants to hear. That most Kenyans retire with less money than they had imagined, than they had anticipated. And during that time, we have got more medical risk than they had planned for. And they have no structured income plan beyond pension payout that always runs out. And I don't want that person to be you. So in this video, I'm going to give you a 5-year retirement countdown plan. And not theory, not motivation, but exactly what you must do and a step by step. And we are going to do this around NSSF, around pension top-ups, followed by debt clearance, followed by investment ramp up, just to top up your investment, followed by healthcare prep, healthcare preparation, followed by income restructuring. And if you follow this and execute it correctly, you retire with confidence. But if you ignore it, retirement will humble you. And this is one of the big videos that you'll be glad that you watched. So let's look at the 5-year countdown framework that we're going to look at. So think of the next 5 years as consolidation years. If you didn't do a lot of investment in your pension or in other sources of income, this is your consolidation period. And 5 years is not the time for experimentation. You don't have time to experiment. It's the time for structure, protection, and income re-engineering or engineering. So we're going to do this into 6 major steps. Step 1, fix your NSSF and pension position. And we are doing this in the year between year 5 and year 4. Now we are doing a countdown. We started with year 5. We are going down up to year 0, the year that you are retiring. So between year 5 and year 4, fix your NSSF and pension position. I'll tell you how to go about it. And most people ignore this, and that is very dangerous. Why does this matter? In Kenya today, the NSSF structure is contribution based. It means that how much you get at the end of your retirement period is entirely based on your contribution. So your retirement benefit depends directly on what you individually contributed. What does this mean? If you have contribution gaps, if your employer under-remitted, or if you never followed up, you could retire with less money than expected. Sometimes 10% less, sometimes 20% less than you expected. And 5 years is your final window to fix that. Now, what to do next? What do you do now with this information? Log into an NSSF portal. Just log into the portal and then confirm your full contribution history every year, every month. If there are gaps, you have to seek reconciliation. So reconcile missing years immediately. You can do this with your HR, you can do this with your employer. You now have the information. You have been empowered. If you are self-employed, start or increase voluntary contributions. If you are contributing 5,000, increase to 6,000 to 10,000, because at the end of the day, this is your money that's going to serve you. The last step, confirm your pension scheme's projected retirement benefit. I repeat, do not assume, verify. Also, if you are in a private pension scheme, IPP, or individual pension plans, IPP, request a benefit projection at retirement age. These are things that your HR should be able to give you the moment you ask. After that information, ask yourself this question. After looking at your pension and NSSF, ask yourself this question. Is this money, after you have this statement, is this money enough to fund my lifestyle for the next 20 years? Is it enough? If the answer is no, now that leads us to step number 2, what you need to do. So step number 2, aggressive pension top-ups. And we are doing this between year 5 and year 3. Aggressive pension top-up. And this is the reality that most people always ignore. When you retire at 60, you could live until 80 or 85. And do the math. You are retiring at 60, then you are living up to 80. Those are 20 solid years without employment income. So your pension must replace your salary. If it doesn't, you will start liquidating assets, and that's a very wrong move. You had a plot somewhere, you have to liquidate. You had bought something somewhere, a piece of land somewhere, you have to liquidate that, because we live on cash flow. We don't live on assets, we live on cash flow. Why does this matter? Because inflation in Kenya right now averages between 5% and 7% in the long term. That means that in the next 10 years, your money will lose massive purchasing power. What 10 million could do today is not the same that 10 million could do tomorrow. That is what we mean by saying that inflation massively affects your purchasing power of your money. So if your pension is not large enough, inflation will quietly erode your retirement. And remember step 1, if already your pension is under remitted, and again that is affected by inflation, we are in big trouble. What do? This is very important. The action plan: increase voluntary pension contributions. If you're giving 2,000, increase. If you're giving 5, increase. If you're giving 10, increase. Step number 2, use tax advantaged retirement savings vehicles. There are those vehicles that when you contribute, you are given a tax advantage. We'll not go much deeper into that. Number 3, channel bonuses and side income into pension. If you have any extra source of income, channel that money into your pension scheme. So think of the next 5 years as your final accumulation sprint. You have been running. Now you are going in the last 5 laps. Final accumulation sprint. So this is not a spending season, it's a strengthening season. Once you fully understand that, now we move to step number 3. Debt must be 0.0. This is between year 4 and year 2. We are counting down. So debt must be 0. Why? Because retiring with debt is one of the most dangerous financial mistakes that you'll ever make. Why? Because once employment income stops, debt does not stop. You continue being deducted an amount larger than what you are earning. Now, why does this matter? Debt in retirement does 3 dangerous things. Number 1, it reduces your fixed income. Remember, once you retire, your income is very small. So the debt will automatically reduce your fixed income. Number 2, what debt does is that it forces asset sales. I've talked about that. You had a piece of land somewhere, you are forced to liquidate. You had some rental somewhere, you are forced to liquidate if you are in an emergency. So debt increases stress, which in the long run affects your health. And health is a financial strategy. And remember that stress at 60 is not the same as stress at 35. At 35, you will recover, but at 60, you will not recover. Your body does not recover the same way when you are at 60 as compared to when you are at 30 or 35 or even 40. Steps of action. What do? Clear all consumer debts immediately. Before you retire, 5 or 10 years before retirement, start clearing your consumer debts. Number 2, finish mortgage before retirement if possible. Don't continue paying mortgage into retirement. Next step number 3, avoid taking new long-term loans. And on this, I want to add, stop guaranteeing people with loans. And this affects people who are in SACCOs. Stop guaranteeing people long-term loans if you are nearing retirement. Why? Because if they default and you signed up for them, you will be held accountable. You'll be deducted. The last step, refinance expensive debt while still employed. 5 years into retirement, start refinancing your most expensive debt when you're still employed. Because retirement must begin with financial lightness. Not banks chasing you, not circles chasing you, and not microfinances chasing you. No loan restructuring conversations during retirement. You just want one thing, and that thing is peace. Repeat after me, peace. Step number 4, two more steps. Step number 4, investment ramp up but safely. We are ramping up our investment but safely. Underline the word safely. Now listen carefully and follow me. This is not the time for reckless risk. This is not the time to invest money in a scheme that is promising you 50% returns on a monthly basis. Also, it's not the time to sit entirely in cash. Why does this matter? Because your retirement fund must do two important things. Thing number 1, it must generate income. And thing number 2, it must preserve capital. I talk about capital preservation. And in Kenya today, depending only on the fixed deposit, returns may not beat inflation. But putting everything in speculative investments is also very dangerous. What do? Number 1, you slowly start shifting your portfolio gradually towards income generating assets. Number 2, dividend paying stocks. Start investing in dividend paying stocks because they pay you annually. Number 3, start investing in government bonds because they are guaranteed and they pay you by annually. Next, rental income, if already established, work on it to revamp it up. Then start investing in money market funds for liquidity purposes. So because the goal at this time is to create predictable income streams. You want to know that at the end of the year, I'm expecting this a particular amount. At the end of the year, I'm expecting this particular amount. So it has to be predictable income streams. No gambling returns, and very important that you have to master stress test your retirement. Ask yourself this question, that if I stop working today, how much monthly income will I have? If not enough, you still have time to adjust, but time is closing down on you. Step number 5, healthcare preparation. Very important, very key, very essential, very critical. Because as we age, something happens. Our immune systems weaken. You are not as strong as you were in 40s when you are in 60s, because recovery time increases. When we age, recovery time increases. When you get ill at 30, you recover in a day or two because your immunity is still strong. When you get ill at 60, you take a lot of time to recover because your immunity is low. So recovery time increases. Medical conditions become more frequent. And this is the brutal truth that people don't want to hear. A very large percentage of families in the world today, not just in Kenya, are one serious illness away from financial collapse. Retirement without a medical preparation is financial suicide. Why do we say that families are one serious illness away from a financial collapse? You've heard about cancer, you've heard about medical conditions. The moment someone gets sick, they have been saving for 20, 30, or 40 years. They go to a hospital and you are asked for 5 million. You are asked for 10 million, for 20 million. Sometimes people have to crowdfund, not crowdfunding, but to have funding. There's a name that I'm looking for. You call people for funding so that they can help you raise that particular amount of money. Why does this matter? Because medical costs rise faster than inflation, times 3, times 4, sometimes even times 10. If you get a major illness without insurance, think about cancer, think about all those conditions. What you do, number 1, is that you liquidate your investment. You had plot somewhere, you sell. You had a car somewhere, you sell. You had a shamba somewhere, you had animals somewhere, you sell them. You liquidate your investments. Number 2, you sell your property, houses or whichever, to fund the medical expenses. Then you depend on your children. And what that one does, listen to me carefully, it destroys independence. What do you do now? Step number 1, review your SHA transition status. Number 2, upgrade to a comprehensive private medical cover. They don't cost much. They are those that you can actually be paying the way you pay for your insurance, for your car insurance. You can be paying, it's a premium, but you pay on a monthly terms or basis, or you can pay 3 years in a year until you finish, but upgrade to a comprehensive private medical cover. Number 3, understand what happens to your cover after retirement. I might do a research and do a video on the same, but understand what happens to your cover after retirement. Number 4, build a dedicated medical emergency fund. We invest this money in a money market fund. Number 5, do a full medical checkups before retirement when the cover still covers you, has your back. Don't just buy insurance, but understand coverage limits when it comes to insurance. Retirement must protect your dignity at all costs because health is a financial strategy. Step 6, create a post-retirement income plan. And this is very important. This is now year 1, the final year before retirement. And this is where many people fail. They retire and then they start figuring out that is wrong. From a financial aspect of view, that is wrong. Income must be structured way before your last payslip. Why does this matter? Because retirement is not an event. Retirement is a 20-year financial phase. You are going to take 20 years or 25 years or 30 years into retirement. So it's not an event that will figure out the moment you reach there. It's a phase. It's a season. You need to do the following. You need a monthly predictable income. We've talked about that. You need a growth component that to appreciate your to grow your money because of inflation. And then you need a liquidity buffer, putting your money in a money market fund because of you'll always be needing some money here and there. So what do? Design your retirement cash flow system. Design the following: pension income, design investment income, design business or consultancy income, design emergency reserves. If you don't know how to do that, get in touch with us and we'll help you with that. If you are an employer and you need your employee to have this information, get in touch with us and we'll help you with that. And very important, plan your time. Many retirees struggle not because of money, but because of loss of structure and purpose. Because money and meaning must both be prepared for. As I conclude, just a recap. If you are there for 5 years from retirement, you are not late, but you are no longer early. You still don't have time that you had when you were in 30s or 40s. And this is your consolidation window. This is your consolidation season. So this is a recap of what we have said. Number 1, fix your NSSF and pension records. Number 2, increase your pension and contributions aggressively. Number 3, eliminate all debts at all costs. And still on the same, stop guaranteeing people at this particular time for loans. Because if they default, then you'll pay. That was number 3. Number 4, strengthen income generating investments. And I've said, if you don't know how to do that, get in touch with us. Number 5, secure healthcare properly. We have done a video on the best medical schemes covers. Have a look at it. I'll have it attached in the description. Then number 6, structure retirement cash flow. You retire towards cash flow. You don't retire towards a lump sum. Retirement should not reduce your dignity. It should reward your decades of hard work. And the next 5 years will decide that. And you are the person who's going to decide that. And that marks the end of this video. If it has helped you to think differently and opened scales from your brain or from your mind, then it has served its purpose. Share it with someone who is about to retire, especially 50 plus. And subscribe if you haven't, because I'm building a retirement planning series specifically for the Kenyan market. People who want structure, people who want systems, people who want frameworks. Because your future self is watching and will be glad that you watched. So don't disappoint your future self. That is it for this video. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye for now. In the next video, we are doing 10 years. If you are 10 years into retirement, the next video will be for you. So thank you for watching and I'll see you next. Bye-bye for now.